How's it going? Hello, hello. Happy Friday. Cantina social hour beginning right now. Good to see everybody that is in here with us. Hello, hello. So we got some conversation going. Love to see that. Awesome. So let's see who is in the house with us this far at this point, this early. We got Dodgson. Dodgson, how are you doing? Always good to see you. Thank you for being here. Better A Bob is back. Happy Friday, Better A Bob. We got Paul in the house. Paul, great to see you. Thank you for hanging out with us this evening. We got Starkiller. Starkiller, how are you doing? We've got Pico B1. Hello there, Pico B1. Thanks for hanging out with us. We've got lots of conversation about Jurassic Park toys. I love it. I love it. Good stuff. So let's take a look and see what you guys are talking about. What are you talking about behind my back? Just kidding. Anyone get any toys today? Yeah, I'm going to show you guys some of what I got today in just a little bit. Better Bob's got some Star Wars arriving from TVC, I presume. Awesome. Dodgson has some dinosaurs. Very cool, very cool. Peak Obi-Wan, how are you doing? Oh man, was that you? Cool. Cool, I love it. You guys are just chatting away. That's awesome. Mary, hello, Mary. Good to see you. Glad that you are with us this evening. Super cool. Caleb, how's it going? Hello, hello. Thank you for joining in. You got Jay in the house. You got Nick. Nick, what's up? What's good, Nick? We got Augustine. Augustine, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you here with us this evening. You got Tim. Tim, how's it going? Good to see you. Got Adam back with us again. Adam, how you doing? Good to see you this evening. Good little crowd. Good little crowd. We have some of the best people in here. Mary talking about Dreadnoughtus. Yeah, up for pre-order. Oh yeah, it is. It certainly is. 3 a.m. here in the UK. Well, you know what? Thank you for hanging out with me at 3 a.m. in the UK. Like, wow, you're choosing me over sleep? Really? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, thank you for that. It's been a busy week. It's been a busy week of toy news, toy arrivals, pre-orders getting fulfilled, all sorts of stuff. Like I walked in the door and there was a stack of boxes that had come in that were almost strictly all pre-orders. Jurassic pre-orders, Star Wars pre-orders. It was insane. I should have taken a picture because it was like almost as tall as me, the stack. It was almost as tall as me, the stack. And yeah, I had to explain that. I had to do a little explaining, like, hey, why are these boxes here? What is this? Why are all these boxes here? Somehow I survived that conversation, and I'm here doing a social hour this evening with you fine folks. Adam, Black Series and Talking Galen arrived, so I got to see them while I'm still alive. Yeah, so I think Yakface posted a couple weeks ago that they actually went up for pre-order well over a year ago, and it was like the anniversary of them at that point. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And mine came in today too. I didn't even bring them into this room because I'm not that excited about them. And actually, I saw them at Comic-Con. I saw them at the Entertainment Earth booth because they had like a partnership with Target, and they were selling some of their exclusives. And I saw them. I'm like, I have them on pre-order. I'm just gonna keep waiting. You know, it's like already like late July. I'm just gonna keep waiting. And they also had the retro collection Chewbacca, so I bought a whole case and I got all the color variants at one time. So I was really happy to do that. All of the color variants at one time. I didn't bring any in here, unfortunately, but yeah, there's 6 color variants. The case comes with 8, and so there's two doubles. The doubles for me were a red Chewbacca and a green Chewbacca. My favorite one's the purple. It just matches the packaging, like the name pill, and I just thought that was the best one. But yeah, Antoc, Merrick, and Galen or so. It's like I'm gonna get them. I don't even think they're going to the shelf. I think they're just gonna go straight into the storage, like because I'm just not excited about those guys at this point. It's been so long. I know they've been up in Canada. Toying Around is with us. I was on his show yesterday. Hey Kevin, how's it going? And yeah, I know Kevin. So yeah, in Canada, I guess Kevin, we would have been able to have gotten those long time ago, way before us. So yeah, barely crazy, crazy, crazy. Even in the UK, they get a lot of TBC these days before we do in the US. It's like, I'm jelly. I'm so jelly. How was SDCC? It was fantastic. I had a great time. Always do, always do, always good to meet up with people that, other content creators from YouTube, run into people that have different channels and just hanging out with people. You get tapped on the shoulder and it's like, they're like, hey, Victoria, it's awesome. It's awesome to do that. I love like interacting with people at Comic-Con and like Celebration, doing that a couple months ago. Just really good vibes, lots of great costumes. It wasn't quite as busy as it was in years past. There were still a ton of people, but it wasn't like previously before the pandemic where you were like, you go like this and it would take 10 minutes to walk 10 yards. It wasn't quite that bad this time, but I still had a great time. And I got my retro chewies. I got my Hammond collection Outhouse Chaos set. So I was a very happy camper. I left Comic-Con very happy and got to hang out with some awesome people from the Star Wars community, from the Jurassic community, and it was awesome. I really had a good time. Really had a good time. TVC Navarro Stormy arrived today. With the eWeb cannon. Where are you located? Because I haven't really seen those hitting in the US. And I was talking about this on Toying Around's show yesterday, that I haven't seen any reports of those hitting the US. Of course, I don't really have a life these days because I'm very busy with other things outside of collecting. But where are you located? Because I'm curious to know where if it shipped or what. Because mine that I ordered online from Walmart, where it's an exclusive, it got delayed until September. So I'm still waiting. I got the other ones. I just don't have that one yet. Hello, Chronicles. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Nick says, Dreadnoughtus is so sick. Hoping I can make space for that. Yeah, it's like 5 feet long, isn't it? Our friend Greg has it. He ordered it from overseas. And yeah, it's like 5 feet long or something. I don't know where I'm going to put it, guys. I don't. The Brachiosaurus, I was able to find a spot for. The Apatosaurus kind of barely, it's up there. But the Dreadnoughtus is a whole other beast. Like, I don't even know when I get it if I can open it. Because this is going to be the biggest Jurassic Park toy ever made. So, at least thus far. Who knows what they'll do next. It's big. I'm excited. I'm getting it, obviously, but I just don't know where it's going to go. Like, I don't have room for a 5 foot long dinosaur. Like, I just don't. Do you guys have room for a 5 foot dinosaur? Like, yeah, it's crazy. But it looks cool. Looks cool. I showed my Chewbacca to a friend who asked they're making Pride figures, which I kind of love. Yeah, my husband had the same idea. He looked at it and he's like, oh, are those like for Pride Month? And we're like, no, this is the retro collection prototype edition. They've been doing them for years. They did Darth Vader, they did Boba Fett, they did Stormtrooper, and then they did Chewbacca. The next one is X-Wing Luke, and they're really cool. I mean, at first I wasn't collecting all the variants because firstly, I have a really hard time finding those in stores. I don't even think I've ever seen them once in stores, any of them. And there were like 36 versions of Darth Vader. And thankfully for the last few, Boba, Stormtrooper, and Chewie, they said, hey, we're only going to do 6 variants. And it's still hard because when you go to Target, which is the only place you can get them, people go and they buy the whole set, So when I get there, I'm like, okay, they bought them all, and now I don't have access to that. So I kind of prefer they only made one like variant, not 6 variants, because then I think there would be more to go around. That would be a little more equitable, I would say. But it's certainly cool having the set of all 6 and being like, victory, victory. Target canceled my Antoc Merrick, but guess what showed up on my doorstep? Does that ever happen? Did they charge you for it? Did they charge you for it? Great about legacy tooling. Now use them for sure. For sure. My niece went to SDCC and got the toilet for me. That's awesome, Mary. I'm glad you got that. I'm glad you didn't miss out. Okay, so you're the stormtrooper from the UK. Okay, nice. So yeah, I don't think it's hit in the US. That's what I mean. TVC hitting in Canada, hitting in UK. Like the US always used to get toys first, and that just doesn't happen anymore. Not even with Jurassic World. Things show up in the UK, they show up in Germany, they show up in South America, they show up in Asia, and then they get to the US. It's really different. I mean, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I don't mind waiting. I just want to get, I like to, when I have the hype like inside me, like for a brand new toy, it's like I gotta cash in. I gotta get that. If I gotta wait a month or 2 months or 3 months, or in the case of Antoc Merrick, it's been like over a year now since they pre-ordered it. Like I'm just not excited anymore. And that's the thing about toys and collecting. These companies got to strike while they're hot so that they entice you to buy them. And it usually works out, but a lot of the time it obviously does not. For all of us who have had to explain piles of surprise packages, it's stuff for work. I might have to use that one next time. I'm too honest. I think that's the problem. I'm just too upfront. Like, yeah, they're toys. Like, I have a hard time. Do you know when the T-Rex and toilet will ship from Mattel Creations? I don't know. I think for what was the first one? It was the Nedry and the shaving can, right? I think I got that within, it probably took like a month for it to ship, and then I think the Ray Arnold was like a month. So I'd assume something like that, a month. I know Mattel has their inventory because they had it at Comic-Con. I'm pretty sure they just had one production run for this item. So I think you would get it sooner rather than later, but there may be a little bit of a wait. Do they charge my wait, there, you made out twice then. You got a canceled pre-order shipped, and then they charged it to your wife. I love it. I love it. Ichthyovenator, hello, good to see you. Starkiller just got his Jango Fett Hot Toys today. Awesome. Isn't it great? Isn't it fantastic? It is the shelf presence of the Hot Toys Jango Fett is on another plane. It is so good. It is so good. I did have to send mine back for an exchange because the shoulder or the chest armor, the chest plates were misaligned, and like one of them was like kind of like hanging off a little bit. So I did have to send it off for exchange. So hopefully the next one they send me is perfect, but it's still fantastic. I just don't like how they get bought early and sold 5 times for the price. That's scalping. It's never going to go away. People keep paying scalpers. It's never going to go away. It's just reinforcing that behavior. You would think Canada and the US would get shipments of toys around the same time. You would think, but I think Canada is just too cool for school. What is your favorite Mattel thing? For Jurassic? I mean, I like the Brachiosaurus a lot. I really do. But I really like the Hammond collection stuff that they've been doing too. It's really special. Shaving Nedry. What's your favorite Jurassic Park movie? Jurassic Park, obviously. I was a kid when it came out. I saw it in the theater, and I went with my brother, with my uncle, and my dad. And it was one of the greatest things I had ever experienced because I had already loved dinosaurs, I had already had dinosaur toys, and I loved them, books. But this movie really revolutionized dinosaurs to a whole other level. And then you throw the toys into the mix, and that just To be a kid in 1993 when Jurassic Park came out, when the toys are coming out, seeing them in stores, like on the shelf, like you just can't replace that. You just can't replace that with Mattel. You can't replace it with anything else because that was just such a special thing. You know, that toy line, dinosaur toys did not look like that before Jurassic Park, and it's still my favorite film. One of the things I've loved to do is do filming locations. So I've dragged my husband to Hawaii, and there's a video I published it last year. It was 5 years in the making, but I finally got it published where I got to go to the Hawaiian Islands and look for all the Jurassic Park filming locations that I could find. I didn't get to all of them, but I got to a lot of the big ones. And if you want to check out that video, I think it's called Visiting Jurassic Park. Put it out for Jurassic June last year. So you want to see what that was like. So yeah, I mean, it's a very important movie to me. It means a lot. And, you know, I just love, you know, the toys and anything that associates with it. I like the other movies too, don't get me wrong, but, you know, nothing can beat, you know, seeing JP in the theater in 1993. Nothing replaces that at all. Classic Thor, it's good to see you. How are you? Did anyone else order the Hot Toys Obi-Wan Vader? Interesting, that's a limited time offer. I did. It's not a limited time offer. So here's the thing. The limited time offer is the little hologram of the Grand Inquisitor that comes with it. That's the limited time offer. The figure itself, both the regular and the deluxe versions, are not limited time offers. It's just to get it with that little special hologram of the Inquisitor. It's not really a big deal. Personally, I would never display it with it because it's just kind of silly. But yeah, I did order that one anyway because why not? I'm going to get Vader anyway, so I may as well, right? I may as well. And that figure looks amazing. That Hot Toys Vader, like, whoa. I don't know. Sideshow is just, Hot Toys is just killing it with some of this stuff. They announced some really interesting things this week, actually, not just Vader, but there was some other stuff that I was really interested in too. So let's go ahead and pull Vader up for those that are curious, because I see a couple questions like, what's a Hot Toys Jango Fett? I'm going to show you. So check here. Check this out. All right, here we go. So this is the Hot Toys Vader from Obi-Wan. And it is a work of art. So I already have Vader. I have the Empire Strikes Back version. But like this, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's just like, with that broken helmet with the Anakin portrait underneath, Vader portrait underneath, it's pretty incredible. And it comes with interchangeable helmets and interchangeable chest boxes. I think you only get the regular helmet if you buy the deluxe, and maybe the chest box too, which is kind of weird. But yeah, this is tight. This is really cool. Yeah, it was a day one pre-order for me. Like no hesitation at all. Like, yeah, like I saw it and I was like, nope, mine. Give it to me. Give it to me. I also ordered the Obi-Wan, but honestly, like I saw it at Comic-Con. It doesn't look very good. Like the Vader looks incredible. The Obi-Wan doesn't look very good. It just, the head portrait is not, I don't know. It doesn't really look like Obi-Wan. It looks like somebody else, or like a good cosplayer, I guess. It doesn't look like Obi-Wan, so I hope they fix it. So yeah, that's the Vader. I was really excited about the Vader. But they also announced Mighty Thor, and I thought that was a really cool one too. So I haven't pre-ordered Mighty Thor yet. I don't know if she is up for pre-order yet. Oh, yep, she is. That's dangerous. But yeah, she too looks really cool. I like the little like lightning effect she comes with. She's gonna have an unmasked portrait. Yeah. Thor, I don't really care for the Thor, but Lady Thor looks awesome. I hope they make the King Valkyrie. That's like the one I really want. I hope they do that. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff right now. Gotta save the pennies, right? Save the pennies and add them up. I'm wondering if we could mention how Mattel skipped the promised Q&A after the giveaway. I wasn't present, but I was really bummed. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. It could have been a scheduling thing. Like when you go to Comic-Con or like any convention, there's always people like this that are looking at the people that are talking on panels, and they have your pieces in and they're listening, like, because they have to keep to a tight schedule, and it's possible the presentation just ran long and then Mattel couldn't do the Q&A portion. You could still, if you're there, you can still approach any of these Mattel or Hasbro or whomever people and talk to them and ask them questions. But yeah, for it to be done like in more of an official capacity, yeah, it didn't quite happen. Didn't seem like. Will the helmet lenses be semi-transparent? I doubt it. I doubt it. The other ones were not like that. The head sculpt of Kenobi looks like Matt Damon. It's the prototypes. Hopefully they fix it. Yeah, that's true. They have fixed prototypes before. Rey, they adjusted Rey a little bit, the last one that they made from The Rise of Skywalker. It is something that they do on occasion. They do make tweaks. It's not like usually like a whole revolutionary change, but I think the most recent example is the Batman. Like, people just complained about his head sculpt, the unmasked head sculpt, and they completely went back to the drawing board and changed the hair. They changed his eye makeup, and he just looks a lot better now. Mattel needs to make a Brad. That would be interesting. I would buy a Brad. I know they were kind of silly, but I would still buy the Brads. Yeah, so you guys want to see some of what came in? All right, so I got some pre-orders from Target. I got some Hammond collection. I got Dr. Alan Grant. So I'm excited to see what he is like. I also finally got the Ceratosaurus. And it was just brought to my attention today. There's 2 color variants of these Ceratosaurus. I guess the eyes. This one has the more like darker eyes. But there's a variant that has like more vibrant, like colorful yellow eyes. I don't know which one I would like better. This is the first one I've gotten in person, so I'm quite happy with it. I had already gotten the Triceratops from Mattel Creations. I had ordered it. It took like forever to get it, but it finally arrived. And it's a really cool piece. I love the coloring. I think the coloring is probably my favorite thing about this one, because they really gave it that look. If you watch the Behind the Gates video on the Target website for this one, they said they tried to give it that really, like, if you go to Kauai, it's like red, like the soil is red like Mars, and they really like tried to recreate that here by giving it some reddish, like powdery looking paint. It's nice. Poses really well too. So it may be a little undersized, but it's definitely the best Triceratops that has ever been made in a mass-produced Jurassic Park toy line. And yeah, I'm throwing the Kenner one in there too. I love the Kenner one. It's beautiful. If you made me pick one, I would pick that one. But just like in terms of like a better overall toy, like this one is better. So don't miss out on this one if you like those. So other than that, I also got my Giganotosaurus from Amazon. And it's kind of a weird toy. It's very much a kid's toy. I'll tell you that. I was excited because this is the first Giganotosaurus in this Jurassic World toy line that is 1/18 scale to the action figures and other dinos. I know there's a Super Colossal, but that's like a whole other scale. This is the first one that's meant to scale with the rest of the toys. But it's kind of a weird toy. I'm going to open it very soon to see what it's like, but the sculpting is nice. The box is nice. The Rex is like, I got your number, Giganotosaurus. That's the back. So yeah, Amazon finally shipped these, which was really cool. So this is what it does. You grab its tail. It's got a button right here, and it does like this. Wait, do I have it right? Yeah. Kind of spazzes out. If you've ever seen like a video game, you know how sometimes video games mess up, and like if your character goes to the corner and it's all like doing weird movements because it's stuck. It's kind of what this looks like, because it just does like weird like seizure looking stuff. Like, yeah, I don't know why that's the action feature, but it is. You can open the mouth too with your fingers. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. I like the way it looks. I don't like that it doesn't stand up straight though. Like even if you move it, like it just goes the other way. Like you can't really get it to be like straight. It just like leans one way or the other, but it doesn't go straight, which is kind of weird. I like it. We need a better one though. We need one that's more in line with collector oriented wants and desires, like the Hammond collection. That would be cool. That would be cool. Is there a button under the tail that opens the mouth? Oh yeah, there is. Good call. That's not. Oh, it is on the box. I just didn't see it. I just got it yesterday. I haven't really had time to look at it, but yeah, I missed that. So that's all the stuff that's come in over the last 2 days for Jurassic, specifically for Jurassic. It's cool. It's cool. What do you guys think? Is it cool? What's your favorite Hammond collection figure? The T-Rex. T-Rex is awesome. Sideshow has statues and other bits. There was a 6-scale Alan Grant, but it was made by Chronicle. Yeah, that never came out. That was a prototype. They prototyped Alan Grant and I think Owen, and they had plans to expand on it. They were going to do Dr. Malcolm was going to be the next one, but as we all know, Chronicle Collectibles went under, and they went out of business. They're nowhere to be found, and which is too bad. I only have one Chronicle Collectibles piece, and it's the little T-Rex that they made. It's like they made that big breakout T-Rex, and then they made like a smaller like paperweight one. And I do have that one. It's right here, actually. This is the only Chronicle Collectibles item I have. Yeah, the Breakout Rex is going to be just way too big, and I'm not a big statues person. I like toys that I can manipulate and pose, and if I get bored, I can go and change it up. But statues, you can't really do that usually, so I don't really have many statues. I have a few, but they're things that they don't make figures of, so you know, I didn't really have a choice there. I bought them. I'm in Australia. I missed out on the Giganotosaurus, but I'm hoping I'm somehow able to get the 4-pack with Ellie. Yeah, it just came out. The Giga's like, I don't even think it's hit stores yet in the US, so I think there'll be opportunities still. I plan on getting the Hammond Collection Concavinator. Yeah, I really think that Mattel should stick to movie dinosaurs. Concavenator, I know it was in Lockwood Manor as like a stuffed mannequin or whatever it was, but I really think they should stick to the movies. The main line is great for fleshing out all these random species that they do. There's tons and tons and tons of them, and most of those were not in the movie. I think Hammond Collection first needs to focus on things like Stegosaurus, things like well, they made Parasaurolophus, um, Carnotaurus, things like Spinosaurus, Indominus Rex, more raptors like the Raptor Squad. And then one day they can go and make that other stuff. For now, I want them to focus on the movies because Hammond Collection is a great platform for doing things that are collector geared, but also from the movies. So I don't want them to go off and do like all these other like random dinosaurs because they'd be cool, but focus first on the priorities, the movies. That's what I think. Recently made the decision that I would stop collecting Black Series and focus more on TVC and Jurassic. Black Series just doesn't give me joy anymore, so I'm moving on. Well, I'm glad you were able to recognize that, Classic Swords. I've been buying a lot less Black Series myself. I used to be a completist and buy every single figure, and I did that for years. But it's just not captivating me anymore. It's not exciting to me anymore. So they do a lot of the same stuff. Main characters, lots of archive repacks with very minimal changes. So I'm passing on a lot of those these days because I still buy some. I just don't buy them all like I used to. Moving too fast on non-canon species, yeah. Their Jurassic toys look great, especially in the collection. I wish I had more space for them. Yeah, definitely if you're considering it, get while the getting is good because, like a lot of toys in a few years, these are going to be very expensive on the secondary market, especially whenever, and I hope it's not anytime soon, but when they do end the Hammond Collection, demand for these things is going to just skyrocket, just like it did for some of the Amber Collection figures. So definitely don't sleep on some of these really, really inventive toys because those are the ones that, one day, if you decide you want it, you're going to have to pay a lot more. I hope you're right about Mattel bringing Gennaro figure in the Hammond Collection. Miss Sam on that set. They will. They did it with Nedry. I know the shirt was different. They did it with, what's the other one that they did that everybody was mad about? Oh, Hammond. They did it with Hammond. I think it's just a matter of time. You're going to get Ray Arnold. You're going to get Gennaro in the main line. I don't see any other way. You're going to get the toilet. I don't think you're going to get the toilet, but you will be able to get some of these other things. So definitely hang in there. Definitely hang in there. What SDCC exclusive did you get? I got the one that I just reviewed on the channel, the Outhouse Chaos set. I always forget what to say. The Outhouse Chaos set. A little jealous that Black Series gets some characters we don't get in TVC. Yeah, that's just the way it's going to be. Black Series focuses more on current entertainment, and the Vintage Collection focuses on what they think is going to be popular, which is mostly original trilogy, The Mandalorian, and they do sprinkle some things in here and there, but not to the levels we'd like to see. But that's going to continue to be a thing. It's just the reality of the situation. Jason, good to see you. Dinostory, good to see you. Thank you for hanging out with us. I like your little blue avatar there. Did you see the preview for Blonde? Yeah, so Blonde is based off of a fictional novel. It is an interesting question. It is based off a fictional novel. So here's the thing. I know I'm getting away from toys, but I'm going to do it anyway. There are so many salacious rumors and things that are focused on when it comes to Marilyn Monroe that just are not true. So many things about this and that, and I won't even get into it here, but Blonde is a work of fiction. It's a book that was written a long time ago. It just uses a real world person and elements from her real life in telling its story, but it is not a true story. It's a work of fiction. And what kills me is that like no documentary makers have made an authentic telling of her story. You know, it's all the stuff that sells, right? The rumors, the gossip, the stuff that is not true, stuff that has never been proven to be true, stuff that wasn't even said until years after she was gone. So yeah, and it bothers me because people will see this movie and they're going to think it's all true because people believe, people just believe, So like with anything, I would say, if that's something that interests you, you're going to see it, do your research before, do it after, and get the facts, because this movie, it's a work of fiction. It's a work of fiction. I'm still going to watch it, of course. The best one that I've seen is the documentary that CNN did back in January, I think it was. It wasn't 100%. They had a couple of things that were wrong, but it was probably the best one that I've seen overall. But I think what it's going to take is people that really study the facts to make a documentary that's going to be worthy of her legacy, and not all the things that the rumors and stuff, because she did some amazing things in her life. She was the first woman to have her own production company. She was the first woman to call out Me Too, and she wrote a newspaper article that was published about all that, back in the 50s. And she did some remarkable things. She was really ahead of her time. She was intelligent. She loved to read. She was very misunderstood. She was an introvert. And, I think these documentaries need to focus on all those things rather than all the stuff that's not true. And even if it were true, that's stuff that's just not important. You're right about the Hammond Collect being released later in retail. Still have your SDCC Hammond I won a few years ago. Yeah, nice, Jason. Forgot about that. Yeah, Hammond came out in the main line, and I don't think it's going to be any different for. So the thing is, these figures cost a lot of money to tool up. A lot of money, like a lot. R&D, planning, logistics, shipping, the tooling, the big tools that they use to make them. Lots of money. They're not going to just make something like that be an exclusive and that's going to be it, right? They got to get their money's worth. That's why the T-Rex is packed in this box. They got to get their money's worth. They'll do that. You'll get Gennaro. We might have to wait. Hammond, you had to wait close to a year, but it came out. So hang in there. Don't, if you missed it, don't rush to eBay and pay $200 or whatever the sets are selling for. I don't even know. I haven't looked. What Q&A discussed about from the Legacy Collection still being around? Oh, the molds. Yeah, that was my Q&A. I asked them that. I asked them about the molds, and they said, "Yep, we got them." They said we have them, so I'm going to take their word for it. And this is referring to the Star Wars The Legacy Collection from 2008, 2009, I think into 2010. One of the best Star Wars toy lines ever. It was just so creative, and they packed in these big accessories and Build-A-Droid parts and lots of aliens and droids and background characters, and that's what that refers to. The rumors had been that Hasbro lost those molds, but Hasbro straight up said, we have all that stuff, so I'll take it. Classic Thors. Thankfully, I got 15 Black Series, so I haven't gotten too many. Cool. That's probably a good number. I mean, if you get the mains and you get some of the, a few interesting like Jedi or whatever, clones. But that's a fair number, I would say. I really want the Ichthyovenator they are making and determined to get him before scalpers do. I have one over there on the floor. It's kind of out of reach, otherwise I would grab it. It's really cool. The sounds it makes are awesome. I still need to get my hands on a Gallimimus. I unfortunately can't get it in stores the day of. I want to do that. I'll have to wait till next week. Yeah, I think the reset date for Target is coming up like this weekend. I think it's on Sundays, the reset date. So that's when they should have most of that stuff out there. I got mine from Big Bad Toy Store. I ordered like 6 of them because, you know, that's one that you want to army build, so to speak, flock build. So I bought 6 of them. It's non-canon. Exactly, Jason. A lot of that stuff is non-canon. I have the story pack, Gallimimus and the Fierce Force Galley. Very cool. I think that's the green one. The myth is more interesting than the truth. Absolutely. Yeah, of course it is. That's why you have conspiracy theories, and so you have like all these things he will buy into, because it's just, but you know, the sad thing is he will believe a lot of that stuff. And that's scary. That's really scary. Are you excited for Andor? Yeah. I am. Not as excited as Obi-Wan, not as excited as The Mandalorian. Andor I thought was, at best, I would say my feelings towards that character in Rogue One were lukewarm. He didn't seem very likable to me. I love the actor. I think he's fantastic, but the character just didn't really resonate with me. It just felt like Rogue One doesn't really focus much on the characters. It's more like on the story, you know, the plot, and they didn't really have time to flesh out the characters too much. And yeah, so I'm excited. I'm gonna watch it. It looks cool. Like, it looks better than I thought it was gonna look, because I didn't know what it was gonna be about. But I'm not as excited for it as I am like Mando season 3, for example, or the Lando series. I'm really excited, or Ahsoka. Blonde seems good, but I rather prefer renting out the theater just to see the Barbie movie with Ryan Gosling. I'll probably see that. It just looks so over the top. I'm probably gonna watch it. Peak Cinema. Oh yes. Even Nedry got a retail release. He sure did. I know the shirt was different. It wasn't the Hawaiian shirt, but he still got a release, and he still looks good. I remember when the Legacy Collection even went into the expanded universe. It did, like towards the end especially. But they also did things like earlier on too. So it was a good line, really good line. You know, Allosaurus is awesome. The battle damage is great. Yeah, I have it over there. It's a good toy. I didn't think they used, well, I didn't buy the molds. If they have them, they would have used the Bespin Guard and Ugnaught for sure. I'm glad they did the Bespin Guard. Like, it's nice. I have a couple like right here, but they just don't hold up anymore. They needed to redo the Bespin Guard, just like they did for Lobot and Bib Fortuna. The Ugnaught, you know, would be neat. I think that would be more like a Walmart exclusive probably, so it makes sense for the Ugnaught. But I do want to see it. Yeah, the Ichthy, I think I do. That's the swimming one, right? Oh wait, maybe I don't. My bad. I don't think I do. I was thinking the swimming one. I forget what it's called, the new swimming one. I've got that over there. The one with the 4 flippers. That's like that makes roaring sounds. Problem with the Andor series is the same one that's hurt the Obi-Wan series. We know how it ends for them, so stakes almost don't matter. Yeah, that's true. I think the only way you get around that is if you introduce characters that people care about, and then you get to see those characters' journey, and then you get to decide if they're, you know, how that changes Star Wars for you, basically. If there's good characters in it that people love, and then, you know, some of them die or something, then that's something new. That's something that didn't exist, even if we do know the ending of ultimately, you know, what happens in Star Wars. So Laperlodon. Yeah, that's probably the one I have. I've been getting confused. They've been making some really obscure species lately. Like, I mean, I know dinosaurs pretty well. I'm pretty well versed in dinosaur species, but some of the ones they've been doing lately, I'm like, I've never heard of that. Like, I got some battle damaged ones I imported. Like this guy, I don't remember what his name is. I don't remember what his name is, but it's got like parrot colors and it looks kind of like King Kong, like the Vastosaurus. But yeah, I don't even remember what this one's name was. I also got I imported another battle damage, the Pyroraptor. I've had these for a few weeks. They're just kind of hanging around my desk, waiting to go on the shelf. But yeah, some of them have been really obscure that they've been doing lately. I was looking to order the Toy Fix's Hot Toys Arena Suit Boba Fett. Sold out instantly. Yeah, so I missed that one. I'm on the waiting list, but you know that's no guarantee. So if it comes out, it comes out. You know, if I'm able to get it, I'm able to get it. If not, oh well. I love Boba Fett, so I hope I can get it. So you guys want to see another toy? All right, so let's shift over to Star Wars for a second. So these two came in today as well. These are the Target exclusives. Migs Mayfield. And a couple of these. So I was happy to receive good old Migs, and he looks cool. I'm excited to open him, see what he's like. And then I also got Casca Reeves, and I got a couple of these, and she looks good too. I haven't opened her obviously, but she looks pretty good. Yeah. The card art is a little weird on these. Like this one, I guess it's okay. It looks a little comic booky to me. Doesn't really look like it's from the show. Like it looks very like a drawing. So I don't know that I love that card art, but it's not the worst I've seen. I can tell you that. It's not the worst. And then, like I mentioned earlier, I got the Black Series Galen Urso and Takameric. And I don't even care to open them. I'm just like, they're here. That's fine. They're here. You need a count of your dino collection. I don't even want to know how many dinosaurs I have. I don't even want to know. Kilomosaurus, it could be. That sounds about right. Andor looks better production quality, which seemed to be lacking in both Boba and Kenobi. The scale seems bigger too, intriguing because of when it is set on the timeline, new worlds, etc. Yeah, so that's one of the big problems I had. And I know we did the Cantina Chatter podcast episode about Kenobi. And that was one of the biggest issues that myself and the other co-hosts had, was that Kenobi felt really small. The production felt small. The music was It was very generic. It wasn't Star Warsy at all, except for the Kenobi theme. So it was really like lacking in a lot of ways. And if there was one series you splurge on and make it as best as possible, it should have been Kenobi, because that's the one that ties directly into the Skywalker saga. You know, not the Book of Boba Fett, not Mandalorian, not Andor. Obi-Wan should have been a little bit more of a bigger production. You know, more music, better Star Warsy music. And it just wasn't that. For me, that's the biggest disappointment about the show, but I still loved it. I still loved it very much. I even I finished watching Miss Marvel last week, and even that feels like bigger scale than Obi-Wan did, and I thought that was pretty sad. I like the show, by the way. I'm just saying it's kind of sad that Miss Marvel feels like a more like bigger production than Obi-Wan. The targets near me are bear safe for Landos. Yeah, still, huh? Are the segments on the Hammond Collection T-Rex different shades? Every review I watch makes it look like the paint is off. For the new one or for the old one? I don't know if you're referring to the brand new one or the previously released one. Let me know. Did they ever say what trooper type MiGs and Din were disguised as? They're transport troopers. That's what Hot Toys calls theirs anyway, the transport trooper. So I'm going to go with that. Is that MiG the red armband figure? There's an all green arm version as well. Yeah, this is the one with the red bands. I know there's the one that I think in the show they're not painted, but on the figure they are painted. And somebody asked, maybe it was Augustine, I don't know if he's still with us here in the chat, but I think he asked Hasbro about that, and they said that it was based off of like concept art, or was based off of like changes before they changed in the film, something like that. Which is kind of a weird thing to change. Like, why does that even matter? It's just a red armband. But the figure ended up with the red armband, some of them, and then there's some that don't have it. I don't know which one is more rare. I don't know which one is the more accurate one. But I'm happy with the one I got. And Migs and Costco arrived too. Awesome. Funny how they pull the axles back so they can sell the Black Series version. I don't think they did it for that reason. All the logistics with all this stuff is just really weird. I don't think it was deliberate. It'll probably ship pretty soon, I think. Cami says, hello, Cami. I love the Obi-Wan series too. It's sad that so many people wanted to hate it so much. Yeah, you know, some people just don't find joy in anything, and that's sad. You know, if you're somebody that just hates everything, then, you know, you're probably not a very happy person. You know, nothing's going to be perfect. Star Wars isn't perfect, but I find a lot of things to love in a lot of Star Wars that people say is bad. So, you know, it's if you can find enjoyment in there, then great. If you can't, then, you know, that's too bad. That's really too bad, because it's Star Wars. It's meant to be fun. It's not meant to be taken too seriously most of the time. So if you can't have fun with it, then you're probably not a very fun person. And I'm worried if it's boring, we might have to sit through 12 episodes when all the other had 6. Yeah, so I think it has 3 seasons. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I believe they said it's 3 seasons. And I think they said season 1's like the first year, and then season 2 is like the second year, and then season 3 is like the last few years leading up to Rogue One, something like that. So it's definitely gonna, I don't know why the production is so like, why they made so many. They must have a lot of confidence in the series though. And I know a lot of people like Rogue One, and if it's anything like that, I think, you know, a lot of people will enjoy Cassian Andor. Got those in today too, with the red band and one without. Oh, you got one without? Oh, cool. So both of mine have it. Now I kind of feel like I need one without. If anybody finds an extra without the armband, let me know. Jason, Miss Marvel was surprisingly good. The main actress is adorable and carries the show. Yeah, I liked it. I went into it thinking like, I'm probably not gonna like it, but I did. I thought it was fun. It was a nice diversion. I liked it. It was fun. I didn't watch it right away. I waited, and then I kind of like semi binged it over the course of like a few days. But I liked it. I thought it was fun. I'm still waiting for my Mando Retro Wave 2. I just got mine today. They just came in today from Entertainment Earth. I don't know why. Amazon's had them for months. I don't know why I barely am getting them from Entertainment Earth, but I did. I got my 2 cases. 2 seasons, 12 episodes each. First season over the span of 5, and second season before Rogue One. Okay, I heard 3 seasons. I don't know if I misheard or something. I literally forgot that Kylo Ren died. New T-Rex. All right, Albert, let's take a look. So I have it right here. I don't really know what you mean though. I think my review shows it off as best I can under ideal lighting. Like right now, this is not ideal lighting. So yeah, I don't know what you're looking for, but I have it right here. So hopefully this helps. It's an awesome toy. Look at it. It's awesome. The eyes are a little weak. They were way better in the first one, but I still like it. It's still cool. It's still cool. Yeah, this is I really like it. Like I like the first one. I don't know which one I like better. At first I thought when I got this one I thought okay, I like the first one better. It just looks more accurate. But now like the more I look at the new one, other than the eyes, the more I look at the new one, I'm like, I think that's my new best friend T-Rex. I really do like it. Why not? It's right here. So here's Mr. Gennaro there on his toilet. And you know, I like how in the movie, like when you watch it, like and the T-Rex is approaching and he's like fixing his hair, like it's just like a funny thing. It just adds so much. Like and I love when he sits on the toilet, how there's like an audible like boop, like there's a sound when like he sits down on the toilet. You can totally tell the seat is up. So yeah, this is cool. It's a little the cardboard's a little, you know, not ideal, but I do like it quite a bit. I do like it quite a bit. I can't argue. I did have a toilet toy though. I had the fearsome flesh from Ghostbusters retro series, but this is really cool. So I'll just see you can see it. Yeah, so I dig it. It's fun, and the figure just looks awesome. The likeness is really good. And there's a toilet up close. I think in my review I said that you could put like there's nothing in the toilet, but you could put like some clear glue or something in there to make it look like it has water. So you got options. And one thing that I failed to show in the review for whatever reason, probably because I was in a hurry. I had a lot of things to do that day. I didn't really show this very well. So here is the T-Rex sign. This is a cool piece. This is like one of those little pieces that goes a long way in a display. I love how it's got the camera on the top. It's got a map of Isla Nublar, and it says that classic no feeding, no flash photography, no yelling. You know, just like that classic poster. If you know the poster I'm talking about, you know the poster I'm talking about. But it's a great little sign. It is kind of hollow. It's really lightweight. The back isn't anything special, but from the front, it looks awesome. I like it. I like it. So those are pretty much my acquisitions that I've gotten in the last few days, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. How does a show get approved for more shows if we haven't seen the first season? I don't know. There just must be something about how it's done, or I don't know. I don't know. Got any recommendations where to sell figures? Need more money to buy more toys? I mean, there's always eBay. Some people use Amazon. Some people use Mercari. Some people just sell on social media. In fact, I think I'm going to be creating an Instagram account, like a VC sales account where I just sell a lot of my extra stuff because I got a lot of extra stuff. I got a lot of Black Series. I don't know if I need to keep. I may even start selling some of the Jurassic just because there's too many dinosaurs these days, and a lot of the time it's the same species repainted over and over. So I may start selling some of that stuff if you guys think that'd be a good thing. And I have a lot of NECA stuff I want to get rid of. I just need to make some room. So it's a possibility. A lot of it is just that I have duplicates of different toys that I don't necessarily need. So I may do that, just like an Instagram sales account if you guys are interested in that. So that's what I would recommend. He's like, I'm going to the bathroom and you put me on camera. Yep. I like how the HC Rex eyes are very hit and miss. Yeah, on my first one, which I don't have in this room, otherwise I'd bring it out. The eyes like glow. Like when light hits it, they glow. They're bright, and the eye is awesome. It looks like it's following you around when you like move. This one doesn't do that because the eyes are really cloudy. So I don't know why that is. I'm a little disappointed in that because I think the regular eyes on, like I have on my other one, would look amazing on that Rex. And the fact that they're not there is just is kind of annoying. Saw at my local FYE all the new Gaming Great TVC and Deluxe Boba. Was going to order them online, though they jack up the price for TVC $2.99, $29.99. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah. Do the T-Rex change color, or is it supposed to be brown? That one looks green, not well versed. So this one is a nighttime version. The paint on this is supposed to be nighttime. The regular one's daytime. They also painted, it's really hard to see it in the review because it's really hard to show on camera, but there's actually like water droplets painted on this T-Rex. You can mostly see it on her neck. You can see it on like parts of her back, and there's not a lot of it, but there definitely are some raindrops that were painted on, and it looks, they use like a clear glue or clear paint, so you know there's even a little bit of like you can definitely see it, but it's really hard to show it on camera for some reason. In person, you can totally see it. The lightning and thunder effects are cool. They are. I really like what they did there. How's Mattel adding sound and everything for less than Hasbro equivalents? I don't know. I've seen a suggestion that Mattel owns their own factories, and you know, so they can control scheduling, they can control production runs, they can control, you know, costs because they own their own factories. I don't know if that's true. That's what I've heard. I don't, because of the source it came from, I'm inclined to believe that that's likely to be true. I think it's likely to be true. So I think that's probably the main thing. They're also licensing on Jurassic isn't as high as Star Wars. It's still high. Jurassic actually has the second highest licensing fees in the industry, second to Star Wars, but it's still not as high as Star Wars. Star Wars is still a lot higher than Jurassic. I had that T-Rex ordered, but canceled when I realized how large it was. Not sure if people are finding the shelf space for these huge dinos. Yeah, don't miss the Hammond collection T-Rex. You're gonna regret it. Like seriously, it is amazing. If you have other Mattel T-Rexes, replace them with this one. Like do it. Like I really like some of the other ones they've done, but like this right here, you don't want to miss the Hammond collection T-Rex. You'd be doing yourself a disservice, and you're gonna have to pay a lot more in a few years if you change your mind. I picked up the Shadow Stormtrooper. I finally have a 4-man squad of them. I only found them once at retail. Yeah, that was a really cool one. I think I have 3 loose and I have 1 carded. I really like that one. The collection is becoming a horde. Got to thin it out. Yeah, for sure. And I go through this every now and then. Like, you know, if you keep collecting, you're just making that horde bigger, right? So, you know, it's tough to be a collector because, you know, we have to make hard decisions sometimes. Like there's things that I'll never let go just because I've had them since I was a kid. Like my Jurassic Park dinos from '93, or some of my Star Wars figures I bought like when I was little. So there's certain things that I'll just never let go, or there's especially awesome things like the Hot Toys. Most of those I'd never let go of. You know, a lot of this newer Jurassic stuff I would never let go of. But there's other things like, do I need that extra Power Rangers set? Do I need that extra Marvel Legends group of figures? Do I need that other, you know, older Batman figure that's kind of outdated? Like, you know, things like that. You know, a little easier for me to let go of. It's when I look at Star Wars, for example, and I'm like, I don't usually sell off Star Wars, but like, I'm getting to a point where like I do have duplicates of some things I can probably part with, and especially Jurassic. I got some duplicates there. I've been trying to get good Hammond collection eyes, and when I passed on store at such hazy eyes, you can see that it's weird. Like, cause mine is gorgeous. Like the one that the first one I got, I don't know why that is, but that's odd. Is the new T-Rex you have the best T-Rex? Do you think? Yeah, the Hammond collection, either one, I would say. I'm kind of, I love the paint on the new one, but I'm kind of leaning more towards the original just because at least on mine, the eyes look so much better. Like this one, you can't even really see her eyes very well. At least with large starships, they can be hung from the ceiling. No shells have the space for huge sauropod figures. I have the Brachiosaurus and Apatosaurus standing on my home pin. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, you know, like most collectors that I know don't have like mansions to put their toys in. Usually people, when they have mansions, they're collecting cars or they're collecting a lot more like expensive things. Most collectors I know don't have like all the space in the world. Like what I do is I rotate the displays. Newer stuff comes out, I put that on the shelf and I put the older stuff away until later. And then some stuff is just so important and special to me. Like again, the Kenner Jurassic Park stuff, like that just never goes away. It's always on display. There's just some things that are more meaningful and important that I can't do that with. But I do cycle the displays. Like usually once a year, I'll go in and I'll look and I'll be like, what else can I put on here just to change it up? And it's only me that sees this stuff most of the time, so nobody's gonna notice it other than me. But yeah, space is always an issue. The floor is the biggest shelf. Yeah. At least large starships, they can be hung from this. Okay, I read that. Too many toys? Never. There's no such thing as too many toys. Yeah, there can be actually. Speaking of tough decisions, I've been feeling the pull to collect Mythic Legions, but is a black hole like no other. So many figures in the line and more in the way, but pretty amazing detail. Yeah, those look cool. I don't have them. I'm not going to buy them, but they look cool. Which are you looking forward to more? HC Indominus or Spinosaurus? Spinosaurus. And I say that because I don't think Mattel really nailed the Spinosaurus the first time. The Indominus, I think they got pretty close. It's almost like it's awesome. The Spinosaurus, on the other hand, needs a little bit of work. So I would rather see a Hammond Collection Spino first. I want to see both. Got to get the Spino first. Said I've seen the HC Rex in stores, but I passed because of the eyes. The best eyes was on the one with the worst paint. Isn't that how it always goes? And the paint had the cloudy, the best paint had the cloudy eyes. Yeah, it's so interesting how that happens. Like, that's why it's hard to find perfect figures. Like, I gave up years ago. When it comes to paint, like, I don't think you're ever going to really find 100% perfect face, body, pants, accessory, alternate accessory paint 100% for any figure. Like, there's always something that I feel like, at least with me, I notice something off and I'm like, that's cool. I want it. But I kind of accept I'm not going to get a perfect one. Or even the packaging sometimes can be like, TVC is the only thing I buy to collect box for the most part. And like that even is hard to find perfect. Yeah, not sure about the love chat dating site thing, but I think that is somebody that we need to block. All right, done. Most of my toys are kept in plastic tubs, which are stacked behind the door. I do the same thing. Space is the enemy, not the toys. There you go, Paul. That's the spirit. Are you familiar with Marco Makes Rubber Swords? Yeah, he's great. I would love to buy some of them, but they're so expensive. And somebody like me that already buys Star Wars, already buys Jurassic, buys, dabbles in Marvel Legends and Batman stuff, like, I'd love to buy what he does because he does some incredible stuff that nobody else is doing, quite frankly. And it's just a little bit outside of my price range, but he does some amazing things. He really does. Not ashamed to admit I have Frankenstein multiples of the same figures together to make one good figure. Yeah, I've done that too. Like sometimes you'll have two figures and one of them will have maybe like face paint that's not as great. And then another one will have an accessory that is bent. And then another one will have like a loose articulation point. And you can kind of make your own ideal perfect figure. That's probably the only way you get like a perfect figure, I would say. What's up with the TVC Rescue set with Amanda, Moff Gideon, and Grogu? Wasn't that supposed to be an SEC exclusive? No, it is not. It is a PulseCon exclusive. And that is going to be, I think, in September, late September or so. And they will put limited quantities on Hasbro Pulse. So, yeah, I want it just because the Moff Gideon has a soft goods cloak, and some of the accessories, and the Grogu is different. The flames on the Dark Trooper. I want to get it, but I'm not in a hurry. I'll tell you that. I'm not in a hurry, especially after all this stuff that's been coming. Had to return Ahsoka last week for crooked face paint. I was kind of heartbroken because I didn't want to buy a repack simply for the photo reel. Is this the deluxe one, Pico B1? Because I may have an extra. I need to check. But if you can remind me, like on Instagram, send me a message. I may have an extra one that's unopened, so I can't guarantee the paint. I can open and check it if you want. I think I have an extra. I need to double check. I think I've resigned to buying a shipping container, putting it in my backyard, getting power and AC to just collection. There you go, Jason. That's creative right there. Well, cool, you guys. If you have any last questions you want to get in here, go ahead and throw them in. I'm going to end a little bit early today. I'm really tired. Had a long, hard week. Oh, no, the dating person is back. Let's go and block them again. I tell you, somebody's always got to come in and ruin it. Yeah, this has been fun. I hope you enjoyed seeing all my new toys. And this isn't even everything. There's more stuff I didn't bring in. This is all I could fit, though, just like right here in this little space to show you guys. But yeah, there's a lot coming out. There's a lot of pre-orders that are getting filled. There's a lot of stuff that's been delayed that is finally hitting. There are lots of great stuff going on with Jurassic World. There's lots of stuff going on with the Vintage Collection, the Black Series, and then any of the extra lines that are out there. And yeah, Camp Cretaceous just wrapped. I really like the way it ended. I think they really stuck the landing on Camp Cretaceous. A couple of the last seasons, were kind of a little getting into like stoner territory. But this last season they did, I really enjoyed it. Everything that happens in it, I thought was nice, was good. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys, if you watched it, you enjoyed it as well. What about, will you buy the Hot Toys Naboo Starfighter? No, I will not. If they do make that, I doubt that they're going to actually put it in production. If they did, I would have nowhere to put that. It's like how big is it? It's like 6 feet long or 8 feet long, or I saw it there and it looked like it was like 7 feet long. So I have no room for that. That's a little too rich for my blood. I would never buy that just because it's too insane. Like if that was the only thing you had in your collection, maybe, but it's like the size of a small car. That's how big it is. It really is. Had a great time. Thank you, Pico B1. Glad you were here with us. Paul, glad you were here with us too. Starkiller likes the soft goods on Moff Gideon and Mando. Yeah, Mando is one too that needs the soft goods cape, because if you try to put the rocket on the jetpack and you try and put his rifle, the pulse rifle, like a plastic cape doesn't work very well. So Mando needs to be just soft goods like all the time. Thank you, Jason, and thank you too for all you do as well. Glad you have a great weekend as well. Bob, have you seen the rumors about the Bad Batch shuttle showing up in Mandalorian Season 3 and becoming Din's new ship? I have not. I don't want that to happen, though. I'm happy with Din Djarin and his Naboo Starfighter. That's perfect for me. 5.8 feet for the Mandos N1. No, I'm not going to do that. Well, cool, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me this evening. Have a great weekend. Tomorrow, I will be on 6 Scale Cantina. If you want to come hang out again, I will be on 6 Scale Cantina's show. So certainly come and hang out. We're mostly going to be focusing on Hot Toys, because that's what his channel is mostly focused on. But I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about everything else too. And next Friday, there will be no social hour because I will not be here to do it. I will be out of town. So no social hour next week, but we will resume the week after that as normal, same time, 7 o'clock Pacific time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. And everybody in the comments, thank you for your questions, for your support of VC. We really appreciate it a lot. Thank you. It means a lot that you guys are in here hanging out with me and talking on Friday night about toys. What better way to do a Friday night than talking about toys and catching up on the week's worth of toy news. So thank you guys. Have fun. And I will see you maybe tomorrow. If you come over to 6 Scale Canteen, I'll see you tomorrow. If not, we will see you in 2 weeks on Social Hour. So take care, guys. Be well, and we'll see you very soon. Good night.